Hello, my lovely people. Another video from the car. Thinking as I drive. I want to address insulin resistance because I see so many thyroid patients of mine with insulin resistance, and they kind of go hand in hand. And a lot of times people don't realize that. So I would like to explain it to you briefly, so you can better understand your body and your lab work and what we are looking at. So in functional medicine, when you look at your glucose number, anything above a 90 is considered insulin resistant. So what does that mean? If you think about your cells as having open doors on them, just wanting insulin, they love insulin. We need insulin to survive. That's why type 1 diabetics have to take insulin. That's why type 2 diabetics have to take insulin after their pancreas just says, no more, I'm not working anymore. So after the pancreas shuts down, type 2 diabetics do have to begin taking insulin. That's because we need it to survive. Now, what will happen with insulin resistance is those doors can be closed. So if you picture all these little open doors and the insulin wanting to get in, insulin resistant people will have some of those doors closed. So then when the insulin is released by the pancreas and it goes out in response to the food that we eat, it kind of bounces off those closed doors, comes back into the system, and your glucose number rises. Also, excess insulin, it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde syndrome. Excess insulin then becomes the fat storage hormone. So that is why we see a lot of hard to lose fat, easy to gain fat when we see insulin resistance. And it does go hand in hand with a thyroid problem. So when you have insulin resistance and hypothyroid, you are just running up two hills at the same time when you're trying to lose weight. And it makes it really hard. But understanding insulin resistance kind of helps a little bit. So if you take this little lesson and understand a little bit better of what insulin resistance is and how it's affecting your body, that will make you think a little bit more. So how we treat it, we like to address the insulin resistance itself and open those doors. So what opens the doors? There is metformin, that is a prescription medication, and there also is berberine. Now berberine, if you've read any of my blog posts, has been studied to be as effective as metformin at opening those doors. You absolutely want to get a good brand of berberine. I am a stickler for good supplements. And what happens is it actually works on a different pathway as metformin. So those taking metformin can also take berberine, so you get a 1-2 punch. So that comes in and it makes you more insulin sensitive, meaning your cells will then pick up that insulin instead of letting it bounce off back into your system. And that is a good thing. We don't want that excess insulin floating around and raising your glucose numbers. So that is my little blurb on insulin resistance. If you want more information, please feel free to reach out to me. You can go to my website at amiehornaman.com, sign up for blog and newsletter alerts. And also feel free to just reach out to me for a free 15-minute consult. We can kind of go over what's going on with you. If you have thyroid problems, if you have insulin resistance, if you have hormone problems, we can go over all of that and get you on track. At least start to, right? So until later, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.